right. Good morning, Marblehead Charter. If you couldn't hear us before, that's because I think everyone was muting. We were waiting for 9:30 to arrive around, but hopefully you can hear us now. And welcome to Monday morning, first day, June 1st. And we only got a few more weeks of school remote learning left. And I know you guys are probably used to this by now, but like I said, we'll be going live 9:30s on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if you got questions or something you want to share or want to raise your hand, you can please do that in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll kind of answer those questions. We'll probably have some time at the end too if you've got some questions or suggestions for that. Or if you got something to share for community meeting, if you want to email me in advance, we can make sure they get that, and that we are recording this and going to be posting online. So as always, you want to make sure you're being nice and kind to everyone out there. First things, June 1st, got some virtual happy birthday stickers to send out. In 8th grade is JT, Evie, Angelo, and Mary. Want to wish them a happy birthday last week. And we'll get some more to wish on Wednesday, but stay tuned for that. We had a question about the US space launch. Apologize for all of those who tuned in last week to see the launch got delayed because of thunderstorms. Yeah, believe it or not, there are thunderstorms in the afternoon in Florida. Who knew? So it got delayed, but they were able to launch on Saturday. And it went essentially without a hitch, which was great. And they were able to then dock with the USS space station. So this is the first space launch from US soil delivering astronauts into space since the shuttle missions. And Ollie asked a question last week about socially distancing on the International Space Station. So I looked into that a little bit, and it looks like they actually can't social distance. It's too small space. But what they do is they self-quarantine the astronauts before heading up to the station and monitor their health. So they make sure that nobody who's going up is going to have an illness that they could spread to the rest of the crew. So it's even more severe than the social distancing that we're doing around here. And there are several of you who were able to tune into the Live Poet Society last Friday. It was great. We got some Shel Silverstein in there, which was pretty cool. Got some original in there. So I wanted to thank Mr. Rogers and Miss Stubbs for putting that on. That was great to hear. I wish I had a poem queued up for that. I'll have to get that ready for next week. But speaking of poems, we said this would be kind of an ELA themed community meeting, and I've got a poem to share. Miss Wright, did you have something you want to share? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Awesome.
You want to talk a little bit what you want to share today?
Sure. So because Mr. Rogers and Miss Stubbs were working on some poetry last week, and the fifth graders are writing poems right now for their mini exhibition projects. Yes, we're still doing a mini exhibition project. I thought I'd take a moment to read one of my favorite Shel Silverstein poems, which is called Where the Sidewalk Ends. And one of the reasons I like this poem is because I think the theme in this poem is that it talks about leaving the hustle and bustle of busy sidewalk life and getting a chance to enjoy some nature. So here's Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. It was also, for the record, written in the year I was born, just an FYI. But there is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright. And there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark streets winds and bends. Past the pits where asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we will go where the chalk white arrows go. For children, they mark, and the children, they know the place where the sidewalk ends. I hope you all today take a moment to walk with a walk that is measured and slow and enjoy a little nature. Thanks for letting me share, Mr. Cronin. It's
Oh, my
nice to
pleasure.
see. It's nice to see the rest or hear the rest of the community, even when I just get to see the fifth graders most of the time. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we got a lot of Shel Silverstein at the Poetry Cafe too. I think we had a boa constrictor and a child who was trying to be a little pretend being sick for a school day to
Oh,
get out
that's
of
one of
going
my
to school.
favorites. As many, just to add in, my other favorite Shel Silverstein poem, and I'll have to find the title for you, is the one where about the curly-haired girl, which all of you know I have
Mhm.
my curly hair, um, and in the poem, the theme of the poem is she talks about how she's just waiting to get rid of her curly hair, and when she shaves it all off, she just discovers that she has a bumpy head. So that's one of my other favorite Shel Silverstein poems. I'm glad others like them as well. Thanks.
Yeah, well, that rings true for me right now. I tried a little COVID haircut and it did not go exactly according to plan. So even though I don't have curly hair, I can highly recommend when we have a chance to go to a professional barber or hairstylist to do it. Don't try it on your own. And because it's ELA and because it's me, I'm going to recommend an app. If you haven't tried out the Libby app yet, what it allows you to do is connect your library card to the online books that your library provides. And you can actually download it to other devices like Kindle apps and things like that. So even though we can't physically go to the library right now, there is an opportunity to kind of explore some books and magazines through here. I know all of the Harry Potter series is on there right now. I got into Agatha Christie books, read a few of those using the Libby app. It's a little weird because Agatha Christie books, a lot of times they're cooped up in a mansion with a murderer, which, being cooped up right now might not be something you want to read about, but it's kind of fun to get into a book series that I hadn't got into before. So I'd kind of, if you've got a book or something to dive into using the Libby app, or maybe there's something that's been on the shelf that they haven't been able to pick up, want to recommend checking that out. I think I did see a hand up. I didn't know if somebody had. Um, Lena, did you have a question? Hello? Okay, maybe not. All right.
I didn't have a question, sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I like you guys being able to participate. So if you've got a hand raised, Maddie, I see that your hand is raised, but it says that your version of Zoom needs to be updated in order to allow you to talk. So um, I don't know if you want to type in your question into the chat, and we can answer it online, or going once, going twice. All right. Well, if you don't, if there are no more questions, again, check out the Libby app if you get. Maybe if you also want to check out the summer reading list. I don't know when libraries will be open again, but you can probably see some of those books that are on our summer reading list on the Libby app as well. There's a lot of overlap in there. So we'll be putting that up. We do have a few more weeks of remote learning left, so I encourage you to stay with it, stay with the Zoom call, stay with the work. We've got some exhibition to mini projects I think the fifth grade alluded to, and we can show some of those in a future community meeting. That'd be great, because I love showing off your work. Oh, Maddie asked about how to sync your Kindle with the Libby app. Well, I don't know if you can see on the screen here, and I can post a little bit of a webinar with it. What it does is it allows you to borrow a book once you search for it. Whoops. And then once you borrow the book, once it's available, you have the option to either read it in the Libby app, or if you can send it to a Kindle, which is hooked to an Amazon device. And I can put a little tutorial together for that. So people can figure out how to use that. Or if you've got it set up and you won't need help going through it individually, I can help walk you through that. Just because I know being sort of cooped up and having limited places we can go right now, having a book is a good way to kind of reach out, kind of explore, get a different point of view from time to time. So, and hopefully we'll get some more book suggestions coming, and maybe you get a chance to check out the Libby app. Maybe you get some Shel Silverstein that you can go through as well. And we can tune in next week, or actually next Wednesday, we'll have a community meeting. If you have a suggestion as to something you'd like to share or see, please let me know. I'm always interested. You know, it's kind of like Miss Wright said, it's good hearing and seeing from you guys. And when you are able to share out things like that, it helps us all feel a little more connected to what is going on out there. So thank you again. I'm glad you could tune in. We'll get a little shorter meeting today, but tune in Wednesday, and we'll have some more birthdays. We'll have a few more announcements and some more things to share. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.